Today, we begin with a heart full of gratitude for the gift of another day. No matter what this day held, joys, challenges, or quiet moments, each part of it was a step guided by divine purpose. If you're here right now, it's not by chance. Something greater is leading you, strengthening you, and inviting you into a deeper connection. I invite you to stay with me until the end of this prayer, not just to listen, but to truly receive every blessing it holds. Let each word speak to your spirit, renew your faith, and fill your heart with the peace that only the Lord can give. When everything feels confusing and the path ahead seems to vanish, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, uncertain, or even afraid. Life has moments when the fog is thick, when nothing makes sense, and when your steps feel heavy with doubt. In these moments, you might wonder if you've taken a wrong turn, or if you've been left to figure it all out on your own. But the truth is far more powerful. You are not walking alone. The Lord is your shepherd, and a shepherd never abandons the flock, especially in difficult terrain. In fact, it's often when the road disappears that he draws closest. While you may not see where you're going, he sees the full picture, every turn, every obstacle, every moment of silence. He walks ahead of you, preparing the way, clearing dangers you don't even know exist. This kind of divine guidance isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet, like the soft whisper of peace in your heart that tells you to take one more step, even when you can't see the ground beneath you. It's the assurance that though you may feel lost, you're never truly lost to him. So if today feels uncertain, if your plans have unraveled, or if your soul is just tired, lean into the shepherd's presence. Trust him, not just with your destination, but with the very next step. He sees what you can't, and his hands are steady, even when yours shake. Keep following. There will be seasons in life when answers feel far away. You ask questions that echo into silence, and the more you search, the less you seem to understand. Why did this happen? What should I do now? Where is this all going? And though the need for clarity feels urgent, it's in these very moments that you are invited into a deeper kind of trust. You don't need to know the way. You only need to know the shepherd. When your mind is clouded and your heart longs for direction, the answer is not always found in a plan, but in a person, the shepherd. He knows every step of your journey, past, present, and future. His knowledge is perfect, his vision is clear, and his timing is never late. You may not understand today, but he's already seen tomorrow. Just like the desert traveler who keeps walking even when the map is unreadable, your faith isn't in the terrain, it's in the guide. And even when the horizon seems endless, when the landscape around you offers no signs or signals, his voice leads you gently forward. Faith doesn't require full understanding. It asks for surrender. It says, "Even without answers, I will still trust you." That's the kind of faith that moves mountains. Not because you have all the details, but because you're walking with the one who does. So if you're waiting, if you're wondering if all you have are questions, rest in this truth. You're not called to figure it all out. You're called to follow. Fear has a way of closing in, tightening its grip when you least expect it. It shows up in the silence of the night, in the unknown of tomorrow, in the shadows of what might happen. And when it does, your heart can feel small, vulnerable, unprotected. But you are not alone. You were never meant to fight fear by yourself. The shepherd doesn't run when danger approaches. He doesn't retreat when the wolves gather. He stands between you and the threat, always. That's who he is. He's not watching from a distance. He is present, close, and fully aware. While fear might make you want to run, his presence gives you a reason to stay calm. Storms will come. Darkness will press in, but the shepherd's voice rises above the noise, above the chaos, and in that voice there is peace. In his presence, there is safety. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to be strong enough. You just need to remember that you are not facing this alone. Whatever is chasing you, whatever is surrounding you, it is not stronger than the one who walks beside you. He carries authority over the storm. He sees in the dark. He silences fear not by pretending it's not there, but by proving it has no final say. So when the fear tightens its grip, don't run, don't hide. Turn to the shepherd. Let him lead you to a place where fear loses its power, not because of who you are, but because of who he is. Anxiety doesn't knock politely. It rushes in, fast, loud, and overwhelming. It clutters the mind with what-ifs and fills the heart with tension. It convinces you that you're the one who has to control everything, fix everything, predict everything. But that's not your role. You're not the shepherd. You're the sheep. And sheep don't worry about the path. They don't obsess over where to step next or what lies around the corner. They walk in trust, not because they know the map, but because they know the one who leads them. The shepherd sees what's ahead. He knows the turns, the terrain, the timing, and he is never caught off guard. When anxiety grips your heart, the invitation is not to figure it all out. The invitation is to breathe, to release, to rest in the presence of the one who already holds your future in his hands. You are not abandoned. You are not navigating life alone. You are seen, known, and carefully led. Each breath you take can be a reminder. He's near. He's in control. He's not pacing the floor with worry. He's walking calmly beside you. Your burdens were never meant to be carried alone, and your anxious thoughts were never meant to rule your day. So today, pause. Let go of what you can't control. Lay it at his feet. Let his peace replace your panic. Because while the world spins fast, the shepherd's pace is steady. And he's got you. Loneliness can echo louder than any noise. It creeps in when the world gets quiet, when the messages stop coming, the calls go unanswered, and the silence in the room feels heavier than words could ever describe. In those moments, it's easy to believe that you've been forgotten, overlooked, or left behind. But that's not the truth. The shepherd sees you, not as part of a crowd, but as an individual, unique, valuable, irreplaceable. He doesn't measure your worth by your achievements, popularity, or the number of people around you. He values you because you are his, and when you feel distant or lost, he doesn't wait for you to find your way back. He comes for you. The Tao, shepherd leaves the 99 to find the one. That one is you. Even when you wander, even when your heart feels heavy with isolation, he's already on the move, crossing mountains, walking through storms, navigating shadows, just to reach you. Not because you earned it, but because his love is that deep, that personal, that relentless. You're not forgotten. You're not invisible. You're not too far gone. There's no space too empty, no night too dark, no silence too loud that can keep him from coming close. The shepherd's pursuit of you is proof that love shows up, even when no one else does. So if you feel alone today, remember, you're not. The shepherd is closer than you think, and you're always worth going after. There are seasons in life when the weight we carry becomes too much. Responsibilities stack up, expectations tighten around us, and it feels like we're running on empty, trying to hold everything together with strength we no longer have. Fatigue sets in not just in the body but in the soul, and in those moments the temptation is to keep pushing, keep striving, believing that rest is a luxury we can't afford. But the shepherd sees you. He knows your limits even when you ignore them. He knows when the path has worn you thin, when your spirit is weary, and when you're more in need of stillness than motion. And in his perfect timing, he brings you to green pastures, not to push you harder, but to let you breathe again. Rest isn't a sign of weakness. It's a gift, a sacred pause. The shepherd doesn't drive you beyond what you can endure. He leads you beside still waters. He restores your soul. He reminds you that it's not all on you, that he is the one sustaining, guiding, providing. So, when the weight feels like too much to carry, don't ignore the call to rest. Lay it down. Let him carry it. Rest is not just allowed, it is holy. And in his care, you are safe to let go, to exhale, to find peace. He knows when to lead, and he knows when to let you rest. There are moments in life when everything feels still, not in a peaceful way, but in a way that unsettles you. You pray, and there's no answer. You hope, and nothing changes. You keep showing up day after day. Yet it feels like the heavens are silent and the ground beneath you unmoved. It's in these quiet seasons that doubt whispers the loudest. Has God forgotten me? Is he even listening? Why is nothing happening? But just because you can't see movement doesn't mean the shepherd isn't working. His hands move in silence beyond the reach of your senses. Seeds grow in darkness. Foundations are laid underground, answers are prepared in stillness. The shepherd is never idle, even when everything seems paused. His timing is perfect, and his silence never means absence. It means trust. He may not rush. He may not shout. But he is present, watching, guiding, preparing the way ahead. The silence you feel might just be the space he's using to build something deeper in you. Patience, faith, resilience. So when nothing seems to be happening, choose trust. Trust that the shepherd has not stopped walking with you. Trust that the stillness holds purpose. Trust that you are not forgotten. Because in his silence, he's shaping something beautiful. And when the time is right, the sky will clear. The doors will open and you'll see what he was doing all along. There are moments when the words simply won't come. You kneel to pray, but all you can offer is silence. No eloquence, no long phrases, just a heavy heart and tired soul. And in that quiet space, it's easy to feel like you've failed. Like prayer requires the right vocabulary, the right mood, the right feeling. But the truth is far more comforting. The shepherd doesn't need your words to understand your need. He sees past your silence into the cries of your heart. He knows the groans, the aches, the questions you can't even name. When you can't speak, he still listens. When you feel too broken to pray, he leans in even closer. The Holy Scriptures remind us that the Spirit himself intercedes for us with groanings too deep for words. That means even your silence becomes a sacred offering. Even your tears become a language heaven understands. So don't hold back when the words won't come. Don't walk away just because you feel empty. Show up just as you are. Let your silence rest in his presence. Let your stillness speak what your lips cannot. The shepherd is near, not because of your perfect prayers, but because of his perfect love. And that is more than enough. There will be days when you look in the mirror and struggle to recognize the person staring back. You'll question your worth, your calling, your ability to keep going. Doubt will whisper that you're not enough, not strong enough, not faithful enough, not ready. But in those moments, you must remember one thing. You were chosen by the shepherd. He didn't call you because you were perfect. He didn't choose you because you had it all figured out. He saw you, fully, completely, with all your fears, flaws and failures. And still, he called your name. That's not an accident, that's grace. The shepherd doesn't make mistakes. If he placed you on this path, it's because he believes in who you are becoming, even when you don't. Your doubts may be loud, but his voice is louder. He reminds you that your identity is not in your weakness, but in his strength. Your value is not in your past, but in his promise. So when you feel unsure, lean into his certainty. When your confidence fades, let his choice be your courage. You're not walking alone, and you are not walking without purpose. If the shepherd believes in you, and he does, then it's time you do too. Life can shift in an instant. One moment, everything feels stable, the routine familiar, the path clear. Then suddenly, without warning, the ground moves beneath your feet. Plans unravel, relationships shift, and dreams you held onto begin to fade. These seasons of unexpected change can feel disorienting, even overwhelming. But in the midst of all that moves, there is one who does not. The shepherd never changes. His love is not seasonal. His presence isn't based on your circumstances. While the world may be unpredictable, he is constant. He walks with you through the vibrant bloom of spring and the quiet stillness of winter. He leads you through transitions you didn't ask for and carries you when you're too weary to walk. Even when life changes without warning, he is not caught off guard. What feels like chaos to you is still within his control. He sees the bigger picture, where this new path leads and how it shapes the person you're becoming. So if you find yourself standing in a season you didn't expect, remember, the shepherd remains. His direction is sure, his care is steady, and his presence is enough. No matter what changes around you, he stays the same, faithful, near, and always guiding.